sunshine, blue skies, marine clouds. Just a perfect day to go outside and relax. That's your forecast. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, but again, away feels like it's been...
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Social Beaches. I'm Carolyn Smith.
And I'm Kelly Bowling.
And we sell real estate all along the Space Coast into Indian River County. We would love to help you. If you are looking to buy, sell, or just have real estate questions, you can reach out to us via phone, 321-422-2160. You can also text us at that number. You can email us at hello@coastalestateteam.com, or you can comment on whatever platform you're watching us on, and we will get back to you.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about college moving struggles, mainly because I have a daughter who is having college moving struggles.
Yes.
And Kelly has dealt with college moving struggles, and it's getting to be that time.
It sure is.
So we wanted to talk a little bit about what happens if you're already in a dorm. So we're not talking about like getting the kids to college the first time, but the kids are already in a dorm and they have to move into an apartment, and there is a gap in time because you
whether
have to
it's
be
from May because
Yes.
they're not staying the summer to like August
Right.
when they can move in again, or like Summer was doing summer classes.
Yes.
And so now how long is her gap?
It's like
this
2.5 weeks.
Which is like almost.
Yes,
Almost.
because you can't be in, and even if you're moving between apartments, I think it's the same thing that they make you move out in order to have time to clean and transition. So no matter what, you're having to move out. Now, if you're just a guy, a boy,
a
young man, and you have,
A
you
TV.
know, a TV maybe,
Some
and
blankets.
the clothes on your back and a toothbrush, it's
Yeah.
not a big deal. But my daughter has a severe allergy, couple of them, and so her dorm actually had a full kitchen, and she had all the kitchen things. So we have to have a lot of things packed up. It's like moving. It's like
From a
moving
house.
everything except for like she's not a bed because the
Yeah.
new apartment's furnished with a bed and things like that. So, what happens when this occurs? What do you do? So our first thought was we were going to move everything back home because we live about an hour and a half
But
away.
where do you put it? And we've done that before with Tommy's daughter when she moved back home for the summer from
Yeah.
FIT. We just stored all of her things in our garage, and we could not use our garage for the summer. So that kind of sucked. It was just full of her stuff.
And also, I mean, in Florida, the garage is really hot. It is not the best place
it's
to
really
store.
not, but I was also like, not my stuff.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
I was going to put it in the dining room, and it's just, it's not super easy. Her suggestion, my daughter was like, let's just move, let's get a little storage unit.
Yes.
Because they have a lot of little storage, because of this situation, they have a lot of little storage places, and you can rent by the month,
Yeah.
and it's not expensive. Plus, her roommate is in the same situation, so they can share the space. So it's
Right.
really
That's
very
ideal.
Yeah.
Carissa did a storage unit one time, and you know, it sucks you have to like move it twice, but you're gonna have to do that either way.
Yes.
So
Yeah. And Kelly sent me, which was super helpful, a moving company that's great that literally will come in, pack all your stuff, store your stuff, and then move it into the new place. And it's
Yeah.
made almost like for these situations.
Yeah, and it's called Storage Scholars.
Yeah.
But
But UCF, my daughter goes to UCF.
Yeah.
UCF does not allow movers, so they're not authorized to be there. They don't allow movers in the dorms. So if you're moving apartment to apartment, it would work, but they don't allow outside service people, movers, cleaners, whatever, in the dorms.
Right,
I guess
so-
for safety.
that was not one of the partnering schools. But
Yeah.
they do service around the world, or not around the world, but around the United
Yeah.
States, a lot of different schools. And when I typed in Florida, it was like UF,
Yeah.
USF, FIT here locally,
yeah.
Florida International, 2 locations. There was one other.
So it's just, I don't know why. I don't, as Kelly said, you could vet the people, make sure that they become partners with the school.
Right. I would,
and that
what an
they have
opportunity to
Yeah.
partner with a local moving company or a few of them so that they can offer
do
services.
the background checks or whatever it
Yeah.
is that they're looking for, so that
Right.
we're not.
I mean,
in
they're
this
not background
situation.
checking the parents that are coming to help. You
That's
know what
true.
I mean? Like,
That's true.
there's that.
Yeah, and I mean, for some people, you know, you've got, the student might have brothers or
Mm-hmm.
friends or there's other people, but really this is just me. And for me to like cart, and it's the middle of summer, but for me to cart this stuff, first of all, there's better uses of my time. But beyond that, it's like I can only physically carry so much and do so much.
Right.
And my daughter also, like the two of us would really struggle we're going to get everything out of the dorm. Mm-hmm. We are going to ourselves pack her up, get everything out of the dorm. We did rent a storage unit so we can make multiple trips. It doesn't have to be done all at once. Yeah. So we are going to do that. But then there is one day that everyone is allowed to move into the apartment. They all have to move that day.
How? Like, what if you don't get everything? Like, how do they control? Oh, you're bringing in a really large box. You know what I mean?
I'm sure for boxes and things, I think they probably want to pad the elevators because her apartment has elevators.
For sure.
And also they have secure access entry. Mm-hmm. So I think probably they leave the doors open maybe that day.
Make it easier.
Yeah,
make
it easier.
Yeah.
So they probably, I'm guessing that's why they want everyone, and everyone's on one day. And it is, say, 60% of the tenants held over. So only 40% of the place is being.
So it won't be too crazy. Hopefully. Do they give like different times to start? It's all just like opening time. Okay.
So we've decided to hire a mover. So I've reached out because one of the other problems is parking, because you have a moving truck. I can rent a van and just use them for labor because she has a reserved parking space, so the van could park in her space.
Okay.
And they can load everything into the van. But I don't think a moving truck is going to have anywhere to
be.
Yeah, it's not going to be able to park there. So then what do you do?
Yeah, logistically, it's a nightmare.
And they got to realize, like, us parents are old.
Right?
We're old.
It's not like this is kindergarten moving.
Yeah.
Just like many years down the road here. These are 20-year-olds.
I didn't have my child when I was 16. Yeah, I didn't have my child when I was 16, and it's like trying to move her is going to be not great.
Yeah.
Not great. And she does have a lot of stuff because of her allergies.
Yeah.
And her having a full kitchen, and we talked about this too. She ended up buying almost all the kitchen stuff. Like there was a list
of things that you
sign
need.
up.
Right.
It was like a sign up for what you're going to bring.
She was the only one signing up. You know, it's like when you're in school and you have a group project, one person does all the things and everybody else just kind of sits back and takes credit. I feel like it's like that.
Yeah, we waited. We reached out to the other students. We were like, are you going to bring anything? Mm-hmm. Would you want to contribute? Nobody wanted to do anything.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like they just didn't care that much. Well, she needed to be using the kitchen because she can't, like you said, she can't just eat at the chow hall every day or go out to eat all the time because of her allergies. There's risks there. So she can be more in control of what she's consuming if she's preparing it and purchasing it and all of that.
Right, and has some knowledge of what is happening.
I feel like it's the same for people that have like, celiac. They can't even have gluten in like their bathroom, like toiletries and things like that. So they would need everything to be separate.
Yeah. And it's you have to make sure the roommates are being cautious while she's there to not have those allergens there.
Right.
But most of the roommates also had some issues. So it's like everybody had something.
Yeah.
So they were all fairly careful. And anything like most of her food, we had a little fridge in her room. We kept food in there that nobody else would touch. Plus, they borrow each other's food items.
Yeah.
So you sort of
welcome to real life. Like when you have children, guess what? You will be hiding snacks in your closet in your bedroom so that you get to have some before your kids devour them.
I love when people hide things in the freezer, like it's in a broccoli bag.
Yeah, I need to do that. Honestly, so we bought the Reese ice cream things at Costco. There's 24 in a box, okay? That's a lot of ice cream things. I wanted to try those,
but that's one of our, we can't
Well,
have
you probably
peanuts.
wouldn't have been able to have
them. Yeah, we
them
can't have peanuts.
At my house because the kids ate them all. Like, literally the first time, Tommy told me he had 4 of them. So that leaves 20. This is day 3 of them actually being in my home, and they're gone.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm like, who ate 20 of these ice
you
creams?
You need to get, you know what would be good business is to develop, like instead of actually using the broccoli bag or the cauliflower bag.
Like just packaging that looks like that.
Yeah, it looks like that seals really well.
Yeah, you can just throw them all in there. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into that.
We could sell it on.
We can sell it on TikTok.
Is there still
Is
there a TikTok audience for this? Because we need to know, and we need to be selling
just
that.
the mom base, I feel like would get that for sure. You can buy the soda can organizers and the other refrigerator
and there
organizers.
should be things for in your cabinet too, like other things that they wouldn't like wheat germ or whatever.
Yeah, it's really Cocoa Pebbles. Don't
yes.
tell.
That
Don't
you
tell.
put them in the cabinet, and they think there's something horrible, and it's something good.
That's
So it's not
actually-
just frozen stuff.
That's true. Like it'd be lentils.
Yeah, lentils. Yeah,
Yeah.
or rice. I mean, they're not making rice.
No, unless it's in a microwavable pouch,
Yes.
they definitely are not making it.
Yeah, so you could just have like some sort of solid. This is a really good business. If you're stealing this idea, you're welcome.
We've got
You're
a whole
welcome.
customer
Send
base.
us some royalties.
Right?
Or just call us
should get
Mr.
some credits
Wonderful
for
and
that.
send us.
We have nothing to invest, but that's okay.
Yes, we just want royalties. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Shark. It's like your own personal Shark Tank here.
Right, we're giving you all the ideas.
Carolyn and Kelly's Shark Tank. Don't ask us
Maybe
for
we
money,
should
but
patent that.
don't ask us for money. But we do think we've thought of some good things about this housing thing, another little business, which we're not going to share with you because maybe we will.
Maybe we'll
actually
do
start
something
it.
with that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we think it's a big business, and to those people who say, "Oh,
Let them do it themselves.
yeah."
I get that, but also physically they're incapable of moving the furniture. So what do? You're one person. Can you move a whole whatever by yourself?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and
Do
some
you
of
move
the,
your whole house by yourself? And granted, it's not a whole house, but it's kind of the equivalent of that, you know?
yeah, and I feel like the other thing, I mean, for me, when I went off to college, I went off to college by myself. Nobody helped me. My parents weren't involved. I bought all the things myself. I moved myself. I had to figure it out myself. And did I do that? Yes. Did it make me a better person? No. No. To all those people say, oh, but it makes you better.
Builds character.
It builds character. And it makes you able to do these things. Having somebody help me would not have made me less capable in the future.
No, it teaches you something that you never want to do that again.
That's what it teaches
and
you.
that you will hire somebody to do that in the future.
That is what it teaches you.
Yeah.
It does not teach you that, oh, I can do this. Of course I can do that. You can do whatever you set your mind to. You can do those things.
It's just like moving your own, like when you have to move as a grown up
Yeah.
with a family and furniture and all of that. Like, can you do it yourself? Yes. Do you want to?
No. And lending a little helping hand to whether it's a friend, your kid, your spouse, a neighbor, whatever, it's not a bad thing. Like
Right.
we need to stop villainizing people for helping their children.
Right.
We're not saying don't do anything yourself. I didn't tell my daughter, don't pack any of the stuff yourself.
Don't move
Don't
any
go
of
figure
it.
out, don't go to the storage place and rent the storage thing, which she
Right.
did all those things. But knowing that I'm coming, it
I'm
gives
sure
you
it gives
some
her a little bit of relief.
Yes.
Like, I'm going to have some help with this.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I feel like I don't get that.
all
I
need a little help,
I don't
you
get
know?
you. I don't get the people who, because we've kind of talked about some of these sort of subjects before, and people were like, "Oh, you're helping too much. You're coddling. You're doing this." Oh, I'm like, everyone needs help once in a while.
I still need help.
Yeah.
You know, I can't do all the things at my own home. Like,
No.
if I had to do all of the cleaning, all of the laundry, all of the cooking, all of
No.
the getting people where they needed to be, like, I literally cannot do it all.
You cannot do it all, and there's nothing wrong with asking for help. There's nothing wrong with receiving help, and it doesn't mean that you're somebody,
lesser
yeah,
person,
you're
yeah.
lesser or you're spoiled or whatever these
Right,
things
right.
are.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got to stop making kids feel bad about that stuff. So
I agree.
Anyway, it's on my mind today because I'm trying to deal
Coordinate.
with coordination of all this, and I feel I would never want her to have to do it herself.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't. No,
I agree.
no.
Yeah.
So.
You're a good mom.
You're a good mom. We're both good moms. It's mom talk. All right. So I think that's it. Yeah. All right. If you have any thoughts on the subject, please share them.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Weather forecast today.
Today's forecast